This is the Wargames Atlantic Deathfield Ooh Rah miniatures sent to me from my dad for my birthday some months back. I had the idea to use these for stop motion animation like Black Star Initiative with his Empress miniatures models and the General Mo with his army men, but for this video I'll be doing a painting tour how I paint these figures. So this is a painting video, and as stated earlier, these figures are from Wargames Atlantic, but do be warned as these figures don't come with bases and you have to buy them separately or outsource them from other miniature companies. I got these bases from Warlord Games. You can get the bases from Amazon, GW, Rubicon Models, and whatever other miniature company is out there. So to start, you'll notice that these models are already painted, but unfinished. That's because I kind of got distracted. I do have a majority of them fully painted, and since this camera angle is bad, as in you don't see the paint being applied, I'll tell you right in this video. So to start, prime your miniatures, as it will help the paint stick on and be much more durable when handling them. Trust me, I've painted my old Transformers before, and the paint would scratch off once it was in the bin, so please do that first. I don't recommend anything fancy like other miniature painters, just get either black, white, or gray primer from any hobby shop or supermarket. Now for the paint, I'll be using AK Interactive and Vallejo paints. So for the main body, I'll use AK Interactive's Dark Sea Gray, apply a thin coat using water, and apply it to the main body, but just the helmet and the chest piece. But we'll come back to it later. For the pants and pouches, we'll use AK Interactive Tan Earth, and for the boots, we'll use Dark Brown. But be sure the paint is dry as it could blend with other paints. I know you're not children, but who says children won't be watching this video? Once the paint is fully dried, the helmet's visor will be given Vallejo Pale Sand. I did have this cover from AK Interactive. My brother gave it to my little brother while he was painting his own models of Horus Heresy miniatures, and my little brother treated it like it was the size of craft paint and squeezed all the paint out. I'm still salty over it, as it dies without knowing the touch of plastic. And if you're wondering, no, my brother's models are not painted. I see it as punishment for wasting my pale sand. But once the pale sand is applied, you may notice that it's a little thin and you can see some gray under it. That's because it's a brighter color and requires more coat to get it fully painted. Just thin your paints out, as thicker paints hides the detail of the model. I know this because I use this color for my bolt action models. This part is a little tricky to apply as you're working with a small area and you might not have the same brushes as me. But if the paint gets on the helmet, you can just wait for it to dry and apply more sea gray on the mistakes. For the shoulders and rifle, I'll be using Vallejo Black. Be careful when applying this to the rifle as it does require you to go behind the rifle as you can see the gray behind it. But if you don't, that's okay. As for the shoulders, if you do get paint on the chest piece, just put another layer of sea gray over it. For the gloves, I use dark sea gray yet again. If you're wondering why I'm presenting the paints to the screen, at the time it made sense until I realized I could have just told you in this recording and edited in the pictures of the paints in the video, but just cut me some slack. This is my first painting video. For the arms, we'll be using Vallejo medium flesh tone, and we'll apply this to the arms and the elbow of the figure. On the knee pads, you can leave it, but I like to add a drop of dark tea gray to match it with the chest piece. Once the model is fully finished, you can now paint the base. I don't have any texture paints, so I'll be using Vallejo Black. Get the base and the rim, and with that you're done. So let's have a look with its other buddies. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm a beginner painter, and you can see that by the models it's being compared to, but I don't see myself using these models for stop motion or games, as this wasn't my first choice, or my second, or my third. This was my last choice when starting this idea for stop motion. My first pick was Rubicon Models Vietnam USMC miniatures, and with the new releases for Conflict 47 coming out later this month, and already having a bolt action United States force, these models probably won't be used. Slight update. The script had been written on the 3rd, and I had just seen a video from Morty and Glory's first K-47 battle report a few days ago, and Americans can take assault rifle, so these guys are back on the table along with Rubicon's USMC figures for dual use for stop motion and games of K-47. As for my next video, I'll be giving my test painted models a makeover, and with that, have a great day or night.